We have some breaking news, guys. We have the Rashee Rice suspension.
Okay.
It will be 6 games to start the season. He has accepted the 6-game suspension. This is working to be finalized between the NFL and the NFLPA, so it'll make him eligible to return Week 7 against the Raiders.
That is, and I say this again, we're a fantasy football show. We're going to talk about the fantasy football impact of his suspension. I do not in any way want to give the impression that we are making light or diminishing what he's been accused of and what he did. But this is actually great news to the extent that, again, I'm merely talking about the suspension. The fact that we, know when the suspension is, that it's 6 games. There was talk of 8 games. There was talk of longer, given the seriousness of the allegations and the crime. And so the fact that it's 6 games and it's the first 6 games, because there was thought process that the hearing's not going to be until after Week 4. It might take 2 weeks, and now all of a sudden you're looking at a 8-game suspension that starts in Week 7, and it takes you through the middle of the season, through all the buys, and into the fantasy playoffs. So the fact that you're only going to have like a couple of weeks of buys, you're going to, and it's the first 6 weeks of the season, I actually think Rashee Rice becomes more of a value in fantasy drafts knowing this information.
Yeah. Yep, definitely.
His ADP will fall off a cliff now.
Yes. Comes back just in time to face your Commanders as well, Matthew. And he misses a game against my Giants.
There you
so
go.
the
Look at the
NFC
smile on
East
your
crown
face.
marches on. I don't think it's going to change much. I think they're going to lose anyway. But no, look. Rashee Rice, I think overall this just bodes well for the Chiefs offense because there was a lot of uncertainty that this is going to be an even longer suspension. Don't know when it's going to start or end. We saw last year when he was on the field, it wasn't so much the yardage, just the amount of targets that he was getting. Like, he was the passing
16, 14. It was like a 30% target share. For the first 3 weeks of the season, he was the second best wide receiver in fantasy, averaging over 21 fantasy points per game. Now, Xavier Worthy hadn't really emerged at that point. He was still getting up to speed. And Kelsey had a slow start. So there's some mitigating factors that aren't going to be here this year. Worthy is now up to speed. I do think, all jokes aside about the engagement and everything like that, I think Travis Kelsey ends up going out in a big year. I think this is his last year. I think he retires at the end of this year, and and gets married at halftime of the Super Bowl to Taylor Swift. No, but I think he's going to have a monster year. I think Kelsey is actually going to be a value in drafts. And I think this bodes well for Mahomes. It bodes well for the Chiefs offense. And I think as you approach drafts, I think Rice and Worthy are right there. Yeah. I think when both are on the field, you prefer Rice, but you move Worthy up because he's not going to miss the 6 games. But in a given week when both are on the field, Rice will be ranked higher for me than Worthy.
Yeah, and it's a unique situation where, unlike, say, other guys that you might be drafting who are going to miss the start of the season, like Godwin and Ayuk, they're going to take time to ramp up coming off the injuries. Rashee Rice is fully healthy. It might be a little bit of a slow burn the first game, but he's going to be full go pretty quickly once he's playing games.
We got a comment from Raise the Flags. What is Xavier Worthy and Hollywood Brown are just better after 6 weeks? Rice could be wide receiver 3.
He's just
anything's possible, Raise the Flags, if you haven't actually watched football. But, whatever.
Regulars. The regulars. Stick with us, regulars. Wow. This is not your friend.
Sorry, Raise the Flags. I love you, brother. No, listen.
No, he doesn't. Listen to it.
I don't think that. I think Rice is actually a very special player.
Raise the Flags goes woof.
Right. Raise the Flags. Raise the Flags is now raise the middle finger.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, as he should.
I don't blame you, Raise the Flags. Feel free to. You know what? The rest of the regulars are not allowed to, but fair enough, Raise the Flags. Raise the Flags is allowed to. He should change his avatar to someone giving me the middle finger or whatever. Yeah.
Or just your face with the crossed out.
100%. You're allowed to be my villain, Raise the Flags. These two a-holes are not, but Raise the Flags, I respect you. Listen.
Raise the Flags. I'm going to ask Denny Carter his opinion.
Oh,
it's on.
You should.
The rivalry begins.
The Roto World Q&A live after this. You absolutely should ask Denny Carter his opinion on that question and ask him about me, by all means. Him and Roto Pat doing that. Okay, so all I was going to say is I think Rashee Rice is a special player. We like Worthy a lot. Hollywood Brown's had his moments, but just feels like he's going to be more of a complementary player in this offense. I find it legitimately, I get the question. I think it would be, barring injury to any one of them, I think it would be surprising if Rashee Rice was not the number 1 wide receiver on this team. At worst, a 1B to Worthy's 1A, but I do think that, Rice has just had too long of a track record of being productive in this offense with Patrick Mahomes.
David Adams, this is good for Rice owners. You don't got to worry about him getting suspended late in the season.
Exactly.
I think that was your opening point.
That's exactly right.
So we're aligned with that.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest RotoWorld fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.